pretty powerful tonight. Adam, what did you make of the performance?
Oh yeah, I was really happy with a lot of elements of our game. We approached the game knowing that the Eagles at their best is actually quite strong. There were some statistics we looked at throughout the last month that, particularly offensively, the Eagles have been really strong at. So LDL to score, switch to score has been really strong. They look like they're establishing the way that Mini wants them to play in terms of a handball metres gained game style. So we were a little bit wary of that. So to be able to shut that down the way that we did, create 37 front half turnovers through being really aggressive on defence was probably the most pleasing aspect of our game. I loved our centre bounce. I thought our centre bounce, even though maybe their guys had some opportunities to clear the ball, I thought our pressure in there was really strong. Our ability to then turn that into scores out of centre bounce was really pleasing.
The way your players covered the ground and ran, were they pretty fresh, were they, after the break?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, they're always tricky to assess after the break. I don't think you're ever at your absolute running best after buys, but it felt like we were still pretty strong tonight.
What did you make of Finn Callahan's performance?
Yeah, I thought he was really good playing predominantly midfield, getting back to support his backs, getting forward to finish his work with goals. Yeah, I thought his running power was really evident. Yeah, it was a really good performance from him.
He just looks so smooth and makes it look so easy as well. When you're looking at him as a coach, what goes through your mind?
I'm glad he's playing for us.
Yeah.
He's you're right. He's smooth. He has that burst of speed that he can break tackles, but he also get away from contest. He's just got that high cruising speed. Even when he's not trying to sprint, he's still high speed, running fast. So yeah, it's he's a good athlete. That's for sure.
And what's he like as a personality?
He's well loved within our group. He's a. I wouldn't say he's different, but he's kind of he's really positive, really proactive with his thoughts. Really caring teammate. And so he's a really important part to the culture that we're building at the Giants, and he leads the way in a lot of aspects.
You mentioned the way that he runs defensively. How demanding is the style of game that he has?
Oh, really demanding. Yeah, absolutely. And to work back and support your backs, but then you see the burst with the ball and receiving the ball, looking to attack. It's taken him a little while to learn how to do it, but it feels like he's well and truly playing that particular role extremely well.
Tom Green, Harley Reid, tit for tat tonight. What did you make of that?
I didn't really pick up on anything that was with Tom Green.
Yep.
No, I didn't really pick up on anything that was back and forth. They were playing on each other at stoppage. I noticed some centre bounce stuff where they both had the moments, but other than that, yeah, it wasn't. He tried to fend off Xavier at one point in time, which looked like it could have gone the normal way, its usual way, and so for him to hang on and stick the tackle and end up getting a free kick was great. But yeah, I didn't really notice anything untoward at all.
Harley Reid's such a barometer for West Coast. How important is it to either halt his progress or maybe even get under the skin of him? Do you see that as a...
Oh, we didn't talk about getting under his skin. I mean, we identified his clearance threat to us during the week, and early, I think he might have four clearances in the first quarter, perhaps. So it was a really strong start from him. And he's so hard to tackle. I mean, he can either swivel his hips and still feed it out or break tackles and run forward. So we were well aware of the threat. We considered tagging him just to nullify his influence on the game, but we decided against that throughout the last week. But all in all, I thought we did, pretty well on him. I think he still ends up with a fair few touches, 24 maybe, and I think he ended up with 7 clearances. So he's probably done his job, but yeah, I thought our boys were equally as good.
Is it unusual to see Tom Green sort of lose his cool a bit like that, though? I think that's what Jones was sort of alluding to, that he was, a bit more fiery than what we normally see from Tom Green.
I didn't notice it. I didn't see him lose his cool at all. I didn't notice anything where he was frustrated or lost his cool. So I'm not sure. Felt like he was still contributing. Tom had his normal Tom game, great in contest, gets heaps of the ball and clears it. I think he had 35 touches or something like that, so it's still a pretty good game. I'm not sure if there was anything else into it.
Do you know much about it? Sorry.
What did you make of Lavalier's bump in the second quarter that resulted in a free kick against?
Well, it wasn't a free kick in my view. I thought it was a fair bump that didn't hit his opponent in the head. Should have been play on.
Do you know much about Jack Buckley's ankle at the moment?
Yeah, it's a rolled ankle. He was pretty sore, so we'll get that scanned tomorrow, I think it is. I don't think it's anything else, anything serious, but it's a badly rolled ankle.
And with Hogan, is he a lock for next week? Was he that?
Oh, he's not a lock, no. He trained today, did a 4K session today back at headquarters in Sydney and had no pain, feeling fine, recovered from the bout of gastro that he had. No pain in his foot that's been troubling him for a little while. So, I mean, that's positive, but we'll just manage him as per the symptoms. And it was positive today, but hopefully that runs true for next week.
He had the feet issues earlier in his career, especially when he was at
Yeah.
Rio as well. Is it related at all to that?
Yeah, I think they are related. They had a screw put in there, I'm going to say 6 years ago perhaps. And so at times he becomes irritated. And, it's something that he's managed. He managed it last year. He's managing it this year. And sometimes it just tips over the edge where we've just got to give him a spell.
At three-quarter time, the reports are you were pretty stern with the players, but when you went down there, you were already 50 points up at that point.
Yeah.
Was it more about just pushing on? I mean, percentages
Yeah.
play such a big part this year.
I don't know who says I'm stern. Maybe I just look stern, but I'm not really. I just encourage our players to continue to play away. When you're 50 points up at three-quarter time, there can be a tendency that you sort of ease up a little bit and start making some errors that you really shouldn't make, and mental lapses, and you lose concentration. You go away from what has worked. So I was just really keen for our guys just to make sure that we concentrate for the whole game, and that was the only message.
How important is it to bank such a big win? With obviously there's such a logjam now of teams on 10 wins. How important is it?
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, our percentage is probably at the lower end of that top 9. I think so. For us to be able to maybe assist that, I don't know what the numbers are, but I mean, any time you can do that is important. And we've got some tough games coming up, so could come in handy. You never know.
Ladder position aside, how do you feel you're placed in that top 9 as far as playing your best footy and being ready?
I think we're really competitive, playing our best footy. It's going to be super competitive. It feels like all those teams above us are really strong teams, and so their best is also very, very good. Ultimately, if we're good enough, we'll make it. If we're not, we won't.
Thanks,
Thank you.
Cheers.